It's that time again. Benjamin Nketia here. Friday night sports panorama. We are live. Yes, it's been quite the week. Charlie, Coach Papa dear, yo. Hey, Charlie. I have watched my enemies celebrating, popping champagne, dancing, throwing their hands in the air, doing pool, all kinds of things on my timeline since yesterday. But God day. We'll get into talk of that Europa League. Coach is here. He'll be breaking down exactly how United got that tie right. There are big games this weekend. There's Chelsea versus Tottenham. I was asking Chelsea fans out there. I was just generally asking, between Chelsea fans and Liverpool fans, which set of fans dread watching their team more nowadays? And then we'll talk some local news as well. The Ghana Football Association say that clubs in the country will be receiving some Puma boots. Try and get into that. Also, Ghana's Black Queens were up in a friendly recently, and they were kitted in the Black Stars jerseys, or the Puma jerseys the Black Stars used at the AFCON. Those are the old jerseys. Remember, the Black Stars have moved on to new stuff. I'm hearing that the Queens don't have a contract at all, a kit sponsorship contract, so they are not covered by the Puma contract. So that's what it's looking like. I also picked up that there are some jersey stock, or there's a stock of jerseys stuck at our ports that are yet to be cleared. All that and more coming up on the show. Coach Christopher Nimley is here. Yahweh J. Minta. Jude Duncan will be joining me. Evans Ofochumanso will also be on the phone lines. We'll also give you an update on everything Christian Achu. It's been a hectic week for the Trasam family, receiving sympathizers and well wishers. We'll try and make sense of it all. Like we always do, Rabbi, another week is upon us. Your bid has not gone through yet. It has still not been sealed. The FA is in the mix. Your United have qualified. Surely an eventful week for you, Rabbi. Please take it
you
over.
was zip out. Hey, waka ni masoa na masoa. Yo wa nu waka wo ba le wo ba. Ye yesu ba mi nu wo ba cheche no wo ba landi. Waka gbele mo oda no gbele wo ngbe. Ni no na yue ye heko e. Ni anu kwale ni kometo le bi e la wo ba yue ye bi e. Oh yo wa. Waka shida bo e. Shida jio no. O kwa wo no. Won yeni won nya wo ba. O hawe wale won tuni. Ken jio gbele. Aka man you sheshe won shele no she. Carlos Casimiro you wa nke wole wale dane yellow card jo red card wo ke yase ya no joba no me Casimiro e na tuni awo ye yetu gba me aka jabut oh you wa woni ye mobo yi umame I attach a 13 billion old Ghana cedi per person aka mukome equal 13 billion old Ghana cedi $100,000 mukomeke we kotokumi ne keya. Why as a president, ne a tash a general secretary na me prepare a budget na ka jana kanshika one management member. Me na ke every club ye Ghana Premier League club 18 pairs of boot and small 4-5 balls. Akawo GAE. Hey, Goro boy say lenye fe already mo. Back when you bang my article le yo. One back em jele. Yo wa mo ne sake nyo wo here. Yo wa jemo le ogbe fan. Mone sake enyo Ghana football eni wo football chene ne fit ne fe butu ne yo wa jemo mo ye jeme ni bore ncho wo binu ni ataje ne ha ne wo football aya hin she ne shele yo wa e towo Former Shalagba, no honey tikino. Former Eshelagba, no honey tikino. Afine, Oshikie, Aba Fonke Mijele. Ket is small, Ebaya. Eneme, can you be P will be or Yesu Bami. Amen.
Amen. What a prayer. 0549 986.
Just a quick summation of what you said.
We don't do summation of prayers here.
Sorry.
I beg you. I beg you. 0549 986 996. 0549 986 996. Show probably brought to us by Betway and Good Day Energy Drink. Betway says you should get ready for a chance to win big in the Betway Atina Kessia jackpot. Pick 17 with only 1 CD 50 pesos, and you could win 16.5 million Ghana CDs. You heard that right. You can also play the item 13 jackpot with just 1 CD to win 270,000 Ghana cedis, or play the tap-in jackpot with only 50 pesos to win 5,000 cedis. Weigh your jackpot muhene into the wuhene. Deposit via Betway Top Up at any Momo vendor near you. Top Up is free of any charges. For more details, visit www.betway.com.gh. No gaming under 18. Betway, for the love of the game. We'll try and see if we can get to Evans for Chumanso, because this week has been a very, very busy week for the Trasam family. So they, as custom demands, set up a little camp in their family home to receive well wishers and sympathizers following the passing of our own brother, all of us, our brother Christian Achu, following the earthquakes in Turkey. He was brought home. A short ceremony was performed for him at the airport. The vice president was there. The general secretary of the GFA was there. The family and some stakeholders of Ghana football, as well as some well-wishers, were all there. Now, from that point, we know that Asamoah Sule Muntari, Bafo Jan, Emmanuel Ajaman Bedu, Samuel Inkum, Jerry Akamenko, Derek Boateng, Pastor Kwame Ayu. It's been a very long contingent of, the crop of Ghanaian footballers and Black Stars, ex-Black Stars players who have made their way to pay respects to the family. We know that President George Weah has also donated an amount of 10,000 US dollars. We did say in one of our bulletins that it was 10,000 Ghana cedis. We do make the correction. It was 10,000 US dollars donated by Liberian President George Weah. It was handed over by Pastor Kwame Ayu. And so we also know that they met with the family of Christian Achu, met with the Ministry of Youth and Sports to hold deliberations regarding when the funeral date will be. And so those arrangements will be concluded, I believe, in the upcoming week with the presidency. So the family will sit with the ministry, thrash things out, reach a conclusion, and then they will get to the presidency, relay the information, and then a decision will be taken. But also, we know that the 1 week observation for Christian Achu is slated for the 4th of March at the Adringano Astro Turf. And so that's what's going on so far with the Christian Achu situation and the Trasam family. So if you are out there, you want to send us your thoughts, you can do that via text, WhatsApp, and Telegram. You can also get to me on social media. Get to me via Twitter. Use the hashtag #SportsPanorama. Rabbi, let me start with you. This week, something very interesting happened. So we're there when the FA announced that 18 pairs of football boots from Puma have been given to our national, not our national teams, our football clubs. Another pair of 18 also have been handed to the Division 1 clubs. And so in all, we're looking at something in the thousands. 18 clubs per every Ghana Premier League club. Same for the Division 1 clubs have been given out from Puma. It looks as if it's a deal that the FA president secured as part of our kit sponsorship with Puma. And so those boots, yes, have been given out, or they will be received by the various clubs. Good initiative, no?
You said what? Good one.
Clubs need boots, they get boots.
Look, in Ketia,
Hmm.
if you are a club owner, this is one of the reasons why you should make sure in August, September, or October, November of this year, you vote out Keto Kreko. This is one of the reasons why you should vote him out. Because he's got no vision. He's got nothing to offer Ghana football. Look, this is the chairman of juvenile football in this country. I do juvenile football. I've lived juvenile football for the past 25 years.
You mean you bleed juvenile football?
I bleed juvenile football.
Okay.
For the past 25 years. If I was the FA president, I would be giving juvenile teams these boots and these balls. Many of them.
These boots and these
balls.
Boots and
balls.
Thank you.
Look, I would have made sure that regular supply of these things will be given to them. We are in an election year. Personally, I think there's only one reason, one motive behind what he's doing. And it is so shambolic and so sad that.
What do you think his motive is?
No more. The man is seeking re-election. At the right time, we will come and look at his record to even see whether he deserves a relay, let alone setting up a committee to go and extend the term by another year or by another term, making it a 3-term. We'll look at that thing in due time. Look, they could sit there, prepare a budget that says that every management member of the Black Stars of Ghana that goeth to the World Cup should be entitled to $100,000, 13 billion old Ghana cedi per management member. Alhaji Gruza said it. He said, if Ghanaians would think it is crime, we should tell them for them to return the money. So he never denied the $100,000 that every management member got.
Nope.
My checks have told me that the only management member who didn't accept the money were Sickins and then Stevie Appiah, because Stevie Appiah, he didn't even get closer to the team. Felt that so many things that were being done were not what should be done. So per his high pedigree, his stature, his profile, he won't get closer to such a disgrace. So he abstained from the team. Now, I have just checked the prices of the Puma boot that they are sharing or that they seek to be sharing.
You know which specific one?
Oh, no more. They will not give the one that costs more than 500 Ghana cedi.
but word from the people closer to the establishment is that the value of those boots is worth $350
Per boot.
per boot.
Jay Anukwalini, Mali. Jay Anukwali, we challenge them to produce that evidence. We challenge them. I'm looking at it here.
The value.
If you go online,
value of the
one I'm seeing to be sold here in Ghana, the highest one I'm seeing is 1,200 Ghana cedi. There is the 500.
I mean,
there is the 7. So on the average, in Leame,
let's hold on.
Let's do on the average.
Let's exactly, but let's
13 billion.
We don't know.
Yes,
hold
so
on,
we are using
hold
the
on,
13 billion.
Hold on. We don't know specifically which boots they are being given.
So
let's not speculate on the
I'm not
on the price.
speculating. We are using 13 billion. So on the average, we can say if they are giving the 500 Ghana cedi one to 18 of them, no more, and you could submit a budget to the ministry where Alhaji Gruza and Sami Kufuor and co would take 13 billion, $100,000. Do you know how many boots? How many boots? Football boots and balls. And balls.
Oh.
Every Premier Division 1 team could have gotten from $100,000. So that is the man we are talking about. They are on on social media, and then they are defending Parachiki.
Actually,
Look, I said they will write even more. Look, they should get their pen and paper ready. They are not going to start to write articles to defend the indefensible. I'm telling them. Because we will talk fact too. Is it not true that you sanctioned a budget of 13 billion?
Is it not true?
Is it not true? Come and address that.
Take him to court.
You are sharing boot. Look at juvenile football in this country. Look at how juvenile teams are struggling in this country. When you took over the realm of Ghana football, you said that you want to be the chairman of juvenile football because that is the foundation of our game. If the foundation there is completely weak and is not existent, we should forget about getting our football to where it should be. Of late, when we play juvenile football leagues, we don't complete the leagues. This is what I'm talking from experience. The league never goes to completion. In the middle of the league, then it is truncated. Then a winner is appointed. It never used to be the case. Well, look, you can call Sami Enimado. When he and myself, we were doing juvenile football in this country, that's why Sami Enimado is one ESCO member I respect to the highest level. Because I know what Sami has gone through. I know what he's been through doing football. In the mid-90s. Sami Enimado, he understands football. If you see the way coach juvenile teams are suffering, you will not go and pack 18 pairs of boot because of vote and go and give it to.
He said it in his manifesto. So this is like a fulfillment of a manifesto
18 pairs
promise.
That is why I'm saying this is one of the ways he should be voted out of office.
But
because if you are a club owner and you say you are running a Premier League club and he's not even giving them 35 pairs.
18
per the number of players registered. He can be where the Eswankasa.
the official Ghana Football Association.
What are they saying?
It says the GFA will supply all 48 Division 1 league clubs with 30 pairs of brand new football.
30 pairs.
So the Division 1 teams are getting 30 pairs.
And the Premier League teams, 30.
18.
Yeah. So Bet Power
Wait,
team 18.
Is it no vision? No. What about the juvenile coach teams? What about it?
Are they captured in there?
No, nowhere. Nowhere. And I weep for Ghana football. I weep. How do you do this?
Should I bring you a hanky?
No, I'm not sure any form of hanky can wipe up the tears.
No, face down. Those are the face down.
No, face down.
Too much tears.
So much tears.
You mean you have to rinse the face towel?
Look, squeeze it.
No handkerchief. Face down.
One of them. When I saw this, I said, wow, these people, are they serious? If our game is dying the way it is dying, is that what you think you can do to change our game? Give juvenile Division 1 team 30 pairs of boot, Premier League 18 pairs. How many balls? 5 or 2 balls? Look at what he just said. The Black Queens of Ghana don't even have a kit sponsor.
Okay, so let me just. So according to the contract, so this is what I'm picking up, that the Puma contract only covers the senior national team.
So in 4 years,
every other team that you see wearing like the Puma jerseys, it's, I believe, a liaison between the FA and Puma out of the contract.
Is it by force that we should wear Puma?
I see more problematic.
Is it by force? When you go to the English national team, they have been Ombre.
Yeah.
Adidas.
No, now it's Nike.
Nike.
Listen, these days, even Adidas, forget even Adidas.
How do you
and Nike,
sign a contract?
There are a lot of quality jerseys going on.
Under Armour.
How do you sign a contract with Puma
New Balance.
and forget about
Even Jacko are doing really
Of
great
course.
jerseys now.
Is it by force that we should wear Puma? If we cannot get them to add our women's national team, God, no one can be able to. I'm with jumpers, jalabia, can be damn control.
No, Twishi. You mean the jerseys look like jalabia?
Jumpers.
Oh man.
When
Winter jackets and jumpers?
when the wind blows, take all your twa oversized on the ladies. When the ladies Look,
Size boom.
look, whether you like it or not, when a woman dresses, she's supposed to look sexy.
No, hold on.
Oh,
Not football, I beg you.
No, football language.
No, this one.
When you go, look, when you see the French ladies, when they wear their jersey, the Germans, the English, even here, look at the South African ladies.
You are almost,
I think they look decent.
They look decent.
Oh, no more.
If you use that, no, not that word.
Okay, not that way. I mean, I'm not gonna find one.
Thank you.
One that's very conspicuous.
That's not the essence, though. They are supposed to
but they are supposed to be decent and very flamboyant and very deliciously looking.
And professional.
I beg you.
Look, what I'm a cable. If I'm going to watch women's football, I don't just go and watch football. I'm a for Jamie. I'm no fiano. Beautiful. You have to encourage them. No wonder they could get our under 17 women's team banned for 2 editions, and up to now, this Ketokreku administration, my one and only brother Prosper Adu, none of you has even thought it wise to respect the people of this country, to come and explain why our ladies were banned up to now in Ketia. So I'm not surprised they don't even think about kitting the girls. Mama here.
Charlie, they say
Akpo just say koyosu. It says what? What do you want to say?
No, they're friendly. I mean,
Yes!
there were some
Jumpers.
exchange students in Benin, right? Who went out to watch the Black Queens. I mean, their national team is in town.
They wanted to have a feel on a castle of French.
Exactly, and all of them were in the new Black Star jersey.
And
the
players were wearing
4 years ago. Disgraceful.
It was quite
Embarrassing.
Embarrassing.
And we have a president who doesn't see that. Alaji Nyeba 18 pairs of boots. Tamale City. Kim Pfizer. Obiamaji 18 pairs. 30. What is that? Look, Numo, the lack of vision, the lack of planning, the lack of foresight in this Ket Okreku administration is absolutely beyond measure. And I don't expect football people. Look, I'm telling you, do you know that when during the Akwesi Nyantechi era, when the honorarium, then I can talk about honorarium, when they bring together and they share, when they come back, everybody is given a share of the money. The money is shared among all the clubs. So like many 100,000, 13 billion old Ghana cedi, they have refused to bring the money to be shared among everybody.
Coach, if it was you, will you bring the money?
No, but that is the norm. It is because of Ketokreku administration. They have gone contrary to the honorarium agreement and they are enriching themselves big time.
New king, new law.
New law. So we are pleading with the football people. No, 18 pairs of boot. They think you are that low to accept 18 pairs of boot. They think you cannot afford 18 pairs. So 18 pairs of boot is enough to buy your conscience to go and re-elect him. That is the reason why he's doing what he's doing. But I'm telling you, this is the man who could sit down with his people at the FA, draw a budget that says every single management member of the Black Stars of Ghana to the World Cup is entitled to 100,000, 13 billion old Ghana cedi, 1.3 million new Ghana cedi. Share and chop free of charge. No, nothing to show for it. This man could do that. So if today he's bringing you 18 pairs of boots to satisfy your conscience, look, the day you retain him back in office, that is the day your football team will collapse forever. I'm telling you, the day you retain such a person in office, you should forget about progress. Our game will die, and it will die for good in Ketia. Take back his 18 pairs of wood. Go and give it to him. You can afford it. I used to tell you, Accra Asofo cannot buy 18 pairs of wood. Kumasi Asante Kotoko, Nanaya Mponsa. What? They can't afford 18 pairs of wood. You go and give them 18 pairs of tea, we should blow. Then your Parachiki boys will be going on social media and be tweeting. He said you give 80. So that was a promise during the election. I beg your pardon, man.
Let me read some messages coming through. Let's take it from the top. Yeah, this one here is Okay. Logarithm from Teshi says, I'm sad seeing under 20 African tournament going on and Ghana is not part of it. It's not part. Last year it was basketball World Cup. It was painful to see Seychelles in the qualifying series without seeing Ghana.
This one, just a quick one. South Sudan has qualified to the 2023 Basketball World Cup.
Charlie.
They qualified today. South Sudan gained independence in 2011.
No comments.
South Sudan gained independence in 2011. They've qualified to the Basketball World Cup. So that's the update.
No comment. Lambert from Dodowa says, good evening, Ben. We are Manchester United. We are not rushing at all. Our only target for the season
Charlie, don't do
is
this.
top 4.
Don't be sending messages like this.
Relax. Are you a United
Don't
fan?
do this.
Neighbor, we need your problem. We need your problem.
Relax.
We have any problem.
Relax.
Don't do
Relax.
Allow them.
Let me finish reading the message. He says, in Ten Hag, is this top 4 is our target. All things are a bonus. In Ten Hag we trust. May Achu continue to rest in peace. Nana Kweku, greatness from Kaswa Galilee, I think. It says, it's another Friday with the best sports show. From now onwards, I'll take Coach Chris's analysis serious because boys for chop bet. And my team, United, is beating Newcastle on Sunday. Lipu Mama says, Sports Panorama, ever since Liverpool has been baptized with 5 loaves and 2 fishes, I've decided to follow Christ more since Klopp is still at post. Thank you very much, Lipu Mama. But Lipu Mama, I'm disappointed that you stopped the campaign. That campaign was very solid. It was very valid.
So is Klopp still at post?
I need that campaign, man, because me, I'm still in that campaign mood. Explicit from Kaswa says, Eric Akwete Ten Hag is cooking good, and I like it. A Carabao Cup win should start with the trophies. I want to ask, is Phil Jones still at United?
Yeah, he's still
But his contract will end in June.
But is Phil Jones
still there?
Collecting free cash?
£90,000 a week for no work done.
Free cash.
Well, I'm half per month traffic on the trial.
Pukali from Laboni says, Ben and everybody in the studio, please, I want you to let Coach understand that this is hope from Sheikh. Is that what?
That his
The hope for Sheikh Altani will turn to chairman.
to me.
May you live long. Even he cannot even spell that Altani. He's talking about a different Sheikh Altani.
Is it this week? Is it this week that the Sioux was drinking attire after pocketing cool 200 million? That is the life. Moses Kofino says big ups to Ten Hag for showing Barcelona the exit. Jan from this one says okay. Eric Ten Hag has been an incredible signing for Man United. Okay. This one here is from Louis Obain Darko from Asylum Down. He says, I heard the GFA has acquired boots for the Premier League players. How can these players use these boots on these terrible pitches?
Thank you.
My team Arsenal will beat Leicester by 3-1. Regards to coach and the crew.
I'm not serious.
This one here says that Man United is like a Mercedes-Benz AMG 450. So if you are a Daewoo Matis, don't chase us or else you will break your engine. Junior Ten Hag Junior from Tantra. These are the things.
If I hear this,
Who now?
What do you need to
This
do?
one says for Man United to be able to come back against Barcelona should tell you the kind of job Ten Hag is doing at United. We are topping it up with Carabao Cup on Sunday. Go United. Mark Woods from Great Chile. Adote from Spaintex says, good evening, folks. I love the dexterity Coach Nimli possesses in the use of Ga language. Ogbojibu. This one says, this from Nitojo from Tema Newtown. This Achu has paid his dues. RIP our champion. This one says, I've been seeing Coach Odum almost every day at Community 2 AstroTurf in Tema. He is now the coach for Port City FC. Okay. Daniel Cranton's Coach Odum. This one here says, good evening, Ben. Ni Aba and Co. You're going to lose, we know. You know what? What? You know one, 3. I think it says Klopp, Ajita, Sim 2 from Sakomoda Estates. Okay. Amai Jewa from Ofanko says, good evening to the noble panelists on the most informative sports radio show. My deepest condolences to Christian Achu's family. May the Lord be their strength. Okay. This one says, Friday will not pass me without listening to your program. Numo Abba, Man U will kill us.
Actually shake. Ni Abba Artani Mubarak.
Oh, please, for the record, repeat that again.
It is shake. Ni Abba Artani Mubarak.
No Mubarak. No, don't say Mubarak. Mubarak.
I sit on the board of the
Thank you very much, Sheikh. This one here says Chelsea Pan, how can you employ Chuck Norris as head coach? Do good for my Simon. I don't want to believe the person I think is who you are calling Chuck Norris. Let me just move on to another post. This one here says submission on prayers, Pa Charlie. You do a Sports Panorama, the most listened program now, no doubt. Daniel from McCarthy Hill. This one says Friday night without Sports Panorama, it's like having a bed without a lady. Hey, I want.
He's probably a United fan.
Charlie,
I don't know what he's about.
Charlie. Felix, I think you people texting. Felix from Nungwa says, for me, all I want is Potter out. Okay, this one, his name is ta. I want to believe that. Let me just leave it at that. Someone should relay this one into Newcastle for the good intention on building a school to honor Achu. They should not give a peswa to anybody or FM.
I saw this on Instagram.
Newcastle fans say they want to. I think they want to
complete the building Achu has started.
That is beautiful.
Yeah, but
the money should not pass to anybody.
Yes. Someone posted on Instagram that they should never ever entrust that money to any Ghanaian leader because they will end up chopping the money.
I don't believe everybody in leadership has bad motives.
Wally, they say so far.
We shouldn't be seen to be.
Our investment are being chopped. They should come down themselves. I'll meet them at the Kotokwa airport.
You mean there's no credibility to stand on?
Look, they should hold the money in their hand. Be our own cement here. Pay and take. Let's go. They shouldn't do any third pet.
It's a great initiative that the fan club of Newcastle want to put this up.
Yes,
I mean, no two ways about that. We hope that whatever their plans are, we see fruition to it. But see, let's not create the impression that there are no credible people in society to be able to facilitate.
If it is
some of
what we are saying is they shouldn't hand over cash
to anybody. No, that one they may agree.
The cash is the queen cash that is coming.
The last thing we need is for a Newcastle controversy to say that they handed money for a completion of the project and the money has been.
What we should advocate for is a lot more transparency in the process. If it finally happens that the money is coming and all of those things,
but I feel like we are going to look at transparency matters. Don't give them.
You and I know that.
Choose somebody, let the person bring the cash. In my house,
for example, what through the foundation he was he worked with before he passed.
Yes,
so, work through all that money, all the foundation. They will the foundation.
That the thing is built.
Let me read a few more messages. Let me read more messages coming through.
Actually,
this one says, "Oh, Rabbi go kill me. I love the show. 18 boots for teams. Leadership in Ghana is some way everywhere. Nana Ameya from Latabio Koshe with that one. Sheikh to Sheikh Ni Abba Altani Mubarak. Let them know that the Sheikh is on his way. It's a done deal already. Already having wet dreams, imagining him combining with the best bald man around. Sheikh St. Pablo Altani from Laboni. Hey, Charlie, I know that you put here. This one says, what on earth is the FA administration doing with this boot purchase for teams? The idea is a goof, but the chop attached makes me think it's not necessary. I don't know if there's any check. I don't listen. Let's clear. Nobody knows that there's any chop happening. We can't. Nobody's saying for the boot. Nobody's chopping it.
Somebody's.
It is a boot for the $100,000 for the boot. I feel like the consensus on this table is that we all believe it's a misplaced priority. Yeah. I don't think,
especially when you are going to play on a pitch that is terrible.
Exactly. I don't think.
In the end, it costs 90.
Where are the boreholes?
In the end, it costs 90.
Like I'm saying, I don't think if Keto Kreku going into the election to become GFA president put out in his manifesto entirely that his prime focus was to procure boots for football clubs without run that election.
His apparatchik people said that was one of his
so let's be real to ourselves. I think if you go around and you ask the footballers who've been playing in our leagues and you ask them, see, what do you think is the number one priority you want them to fix? None of them will tell you. None of them will mention.
We're talking about this
baseline salary.
Fix their salary.
There are more pressing issues. There are definitely more pressing issues to our football.
Look at Samuel, what he has done in Cameroon. Basic salary. Once you are in the Premier, you don't pay below a certain amount.
Farouk Headliner says that I never thought the day will come where majority of Chelsea fans will be wishing the club loses a derby game, myself included. Tottenham 3, Chelsea 1.
They are winning.
He said Kane with a brace and an own goal by Havertz. I can't believe this. This one here says Roasted Kakape from La Paz. Please, can you guys stop talking about Ghana football? We are tired. Kunde thinks they can't do fashion show for Europe. Kai, Malang Sarr is even better than him. This one says, Ben, simply put, Ghana is not a serious country. Kofi Wayo in Santa Maria. This one says that good evening to you guys. Special greetings to Sheikh Ni Abba, aka Egba Egboon. So you brought an ex-footballer to face a tactician at Old Trafford? Barca Beans, no, they're Pro Max 14, 18 matches, 16 wins, 2 draws. Old Trafford is on fire. So GFA is spending over. Okay, I don't know about that, so I won't touch on that. Let me go on. This one says, good evening, guys. Name is Joseph from La. Thank God for your lives. Glory, glory, Man United. This one also says, I was at the Emirates Stadium the last time and I had a small chat with Ateta about the league. So he gave me his word that the league is surely coming to North London. So coach's team, so forget it, listening live in London. You should add your name, no? Skamaka from Dowenya says Man City will end the season with a treble. Okay. This one here is good evening, Ben. This is Kobana Ejiri Baden, aka Gobesika Nsifie from Dansoman. I want to tell all Man United enemies, including Ben Nketiah, that we United fans are winning everything, including the MTN Cup. Thank you. Which one is the MTN Cup? Like, this guy. This one says, good evening, guys. I love sports. I love Fridays because of Sports Panorama, the signature tune, coach's intro prayer, the analysis, and the fun of it all. My team United is winning the Carabao Cup this Sunday. And as for EPL, slowly, we are claiming that one too. Eric Ten Hag is really cooking something special at United, and surely, and surely,
it's definitely
something.
beans.
If Ten Hag is cooking beans, then Paula is cooking what?
No, Potter, we've admitted on the table that he's not cooking.
He's the one in charge.
We've admitted that he's not cooking at all.
Let's get into
that. Is your parent. Whatever is served on the table, that's what you eat. You don't have a choice.
Thank you very much, my brother. Let's dovetail into that real quick, because the Europa League draw was completed today. Yes, I have the draw here. So let me just quickly go through it and then we'll zone in on the big game. So there's Union Berlin. Listen, anybody who runs into Union Berlin in this competition will be in a lot of trouble.
Super game with Ajax.
They drew goalless with Ajax at the Cruyff Arena. And yesterday, they virtually played Ajax off the park.
I think it was the game of the round.
Yeah, might be. Then there was Juventus Freiburg. It was the Juventus take on Freiburg. They finished off FC Nantes. It was literally the Di Maria show, really. Sporting Lisbon take on Arsenal. Arsenal, remember, drew a bye because they topped their group, so they take on Sporting. United take on another Spanish team, this time in Real Betis. Again, Ten Hag has shown he's good, but this is another tricky tie.
United will go through.
This
Real Betis, they do well. They played very well.
But you
possess the ball very well.
United are too good.
Up front, they are very wasteful. Typical Spanish team.
Hold on, we'll get there. So Sevilla, Fenerbahce, Bayer Leverkusen, Ferencváros, AS Roma, Real Sociedad. That's a tough game. There's Feyenoord, Shakhtar. Jude, let me start with you. You watched that game yesterday. United didn't play so well in the first half. Came back in the second half. Completely different story. Won the game. The fans are all over the place all of a sudden. Good times are back, surely.
I mean, there's no doubt whatsoever, and by any stretch of imagine, you'd agree with me, and I think we all do on this table, that there's been some progress with regards to what Eric Ten Hag is doing.
Progress FC is making progress.
There's some progress, and you can't discount that. I mean, if you want to overlook it, you are doing that at your own peril. So definitely, United is back on track. You can't take that away from them. But I see, my concern really is that let's not rush the process, because we've seen this before. You get it. You don't want to create a situation where now the boys will be forced to play under pressure every time, and now they can't meet the set standard. So we are happy that they seem to find their mojo back. Things are getting well for them. But let's not rush this process. See, the Barca game they played over 2 legs. Give this game to Eddie Howe and Newcastle. Clean, they'll beat Barca.
Okay.
No sweat. You see, I'm telling you, no sweat. Barca, we saw them play. You see, I mean, forget about the fact that they are topping the La Liga. The points, the real issues that standards in the La Liga have fallen, and that is why
that's fair.
It's a statement.
Real Madrid are struggling in their league.
It's a statement.
Barca are not. They are not struggling, but they've not been dominant either.
Exactly. So you see, let United fans, honestly, I mean, like I'm saying, we are happy for them about their team's progress, but let's not get.
They're not happy. I will not sit here and allow you to say that.
Let him finish it first. You have your chance to
But like I'm saying,
finish up.
let's not get ahead of themselves. Let them not get ahead of themselves, and let them not rush the process. It's still a team that's building. Yesterday they were all hailing Sancho after his goal in the Premier League sometime. In the first half, go on Twitter and see everybody was calling for him to be dropped, only for the equalizer to come and the subsequent goal. In Camp Nou, for instance, look at that game. You go 1-0 down, you draw level, then you bottle a 2-1 lead just like that. So I don't think the team is fully set. And that point needed to be made, and they should understand themselves.
Everyone knows this. Everyone knows that the Man U team is not set.
Allow Jude.
I don't even understand. What's the meaning?
Allow the man to make a submission, please. Jude, go ahead.
You push a player who was guaranteeing you 18 goals a season in the league out of some because of an interview he's granted. The interview, United fans themselves admit that there's some level of truth inside. You push the man, sadly, forgetting everything he's achieved for the club.
That is who.
Then back to that. Oh man.
I'm building on to something.
Build on, my brother. Build on.
Bring somebody who you say he's an arrowhead, and in about 10 games, how many goals has he scored? You can't even. None. I mean, how? So you see, the problem still persists, and don't create they shouldn't be under the illusion of a good run of results that, oh, the team is back because we are getting the results, we are playing well. I think United even stand a chance of finishing second in the league. No two ways about that. But the cracks will still come back to haunt you if you don't take care to make sure that the process is fully well built. In that, see, the players are playing well. Rashford is playing great. Bruno Fernandes is playing great. Varane and all of those guys are doing very well for the team. But it will take time to build a team that can compete at the highest level. We've seen a United show up and later go so bad before. Marino finished second, for crying out loud, with a United team that didn't even have half of this quality. I mean, he won an Europa League with them. A season later, what were they doing? They're not even in the Champions League place. So, you see, let's be careful how we rate the team and let them manage their expectations. I don't think this team is a team
Land.
Listen,
15 seconds.
I'm saying that this team is not a team that can go head to head with the elite in Europe. A United should put it at the back of their head. It's for a reason why they're in the Europa League and not the Champions League. So at the end of the day, they should still know their level and hope.
I know my level.
Thank you very much for put that song for Inside Self. And hope that at the end of the day, after a thorough rebuilding, they can come back to where they belong, among the elite of Europe.
But nothing has been achieved yet.
Nothing has changed. You're playing in Europa League. You want us to clap for you?
Oh,
Charlie, don't do this. Let's
hold on.
this.
I'll come back to you. Let me go to Yao briefly. Yeah. Let me speak to Yao briefly about the draw. You can. Coach will touch on United extensively, so touch just briefly on United and then touch on Arsenal Sporting briefly.
Well, for United, it's a solid draw. I wouldn't say it's a tough draw because I look at Real Betis. They are profligacy in front of goal. I don't think it will pose too much of a threat to Man United, and it's part of the reason why Barcelona can play such a high line and get away with it for the most part, about 95% of the time in La Liga. That's how come they are top of the standings in La Liga, because the teams are so wasteful in front of goal. So they can ride their luck as long as possible and as much as possible and still end up getting a goal or two and end up winning their games. That's how come Barcelona is in first place in La Liga, because the teams, for the most part, are wasteful. So for me, Man United, it looks like a tough draw on paper, but when you really go into the details, I don't see it as a tough draw. I see Man United being able to win that game and progress to the quarterfinals. But I look at that game against Barcelona. The reason why, or one of the main reasons why Man United struggled in the first half, was down to the fact that you had Bruno Fernandes playing out on the right side, and he had to track Alejandro Balde, and he's not built for that kind of thing. Although he put in a very good shift, he's not built for that kind of thing. And on top of that, the creativity from the Man United team, it all flows from Bruno Fernandes. With the absence of Christian Eriksen from the team, the creativity all flows through Bruno Fernandes. And if this is the same guy who is tasked with the responsibility of tracking Alejandro Balde, and he's also tasked with the responsibility of creating for the team. Man, it's too much. And so for the most part, you had Barcelona building from that end and pretty much putting a lot of pressure on the Man United team. There were several instances in that first half where there were acres of space down that right side. And for me, even Barcelona failed to capitalize on.
Since you talk about Man United Betis, so you're going back to Barca again.
But I've already given my verdict on the Man United Betis.
So I've
already given my verdict on Man United Betis, and that's how come they were able to. They didn't play well in the first half, but in the second half, Erik ten Hag did something I really liked. He made the changes quickly, unlike in previous times where he delayed the changes for quite a while. This time around, he brought on a winger, a natural winger, to man that position and moved Marcus Rashford to the central position, and it worked out perfectly for Arsenal and Sporting Lisbon. Thomas Partey, he will be playing against Fatah Shahaku.
Will he play? They were playing a game where they were routing the opponent, and Fatah couldn't even get garbage minutes.
Well,
no, don't even go there. Don't even go there.
I mean, for the Black
Stars will play. Don't say you face Fatah. Leave that out of your Leave that out of your I beg you. Even in a game that was not considered too tough, he didn't play. They are going to play Arsenal.
So Thomas Partey will come up against Fatah Shahaku. Sporting Lisbon against Arsenal. Sporting Lisbon, they are quite a dangerous side, but again, with the Iberian teams, Spain, Portugal, very creative, but not enough efficiency in front of goal. And on top of that, they love to play with a high line. Arsenal, with that speedy front line, will definitely capitalize on it and beat them. So I expect Arsenal to qualify.
Coach,
No more.
Jude has said his.
You see, in life.
Yeah, has said his.
Why are you going? Sit down. Dude, come and sit down. Why are you going?
He will be back soon.
Look, in life, when your rival is beautiful or handsome, you have to admit.
Have you ever admitted that Chelsea are beautiful or handsome before?
Oh, he has.
Really?
No more.
Oh, Titi. Especially on the Titi.
When Alote was here, everybody saw what I heard what I said. You see, it is painful, understand. When your rival is doing so well and you are suffering on a daily basis, it's very painful. You listen to what Potter has said. Today he said he spoke to the Chelsea players and they told him they had the worst preseason under Toto Alote.
There was context to that.
What was the
What
context?
was the
There was
context?
a context to
What
that.
was the context?
In that period, a lot of things were going on at the club. So he had.
You should have said it. You shouldn't have cited
teams should give Chelsea a pass for things happening.
And you have been there for over 4 months. You cannot fix. You are now blaming preseason. If you are a Chelsea supporter and you hear your coach says that, immediately you should be sacked without delay. Look, what hashi cry? No more what Beshidin.
Beshidin.
What hashi? We sat here and we say in Ten Hag we trust. Unless you say you don't know football.
But what impressed you? I mean, just quickly, what impressed you
admittance of the fact that
tactically?
he made a mistake in the first half, and he himself ate humble pie and tweaked the team to make the team better and stronger in that second half. Look how they go. In the first minute of the second half, bang, 1-1, parity restored. Now let's go at it. To and fro, end to end, back and forth like that. Did you see the sublime finish? Anthony.
Oh, Charlie.
Anthony. Oh, Anthony.
He needs to back his performance.
Forget my backup. It will go back up. Change your backup.
He needs to up his performance.
Coach, forget your body. Anthony scored.
It will go. Simple goal. It's not anybody who puts such ball in the back of the net.
Well, that one I'll give it to him. It was a composed finish.
Sublime finish. For us, what we are saying is, after Sir Alex Ferguson, what we are seeing, we've never seen some before. Since the exit of Sir Alex Ferguson.
You talk a Europa League with Mourinho.
Don't do this. Look, I sat here and you spoke and I kept quiet.
It's okay, Jude.
Anytime I say,
no, but coach, you won Europa League.
Oh, listen to me.
Somebody has
We
finished
won
second with
Europa League with Mourinho. You know my son on Jose.
Okay.
And Carabao Cup.
But I'm saying The football we are seeing now, we didn't see that football under Mourinho.
Okay, that one is
True or false?
No more Beshi.
This man is playing final on Sunday. Look, what you have to accept is that there are born winners in that United team. Established winners.
You mean established winners?
Varane. Carlos Casemiro.
Oh, Charlie.
Onumo.
Oh, Charlie.
Obabeshi. The butcher, Lisandro Martinez.
Charlie.
Obawo cry. Yesterday we also what he did to Lewandowski. Obanyo Konotino Leno Dano Bada. Ebak Pasabo.
Oh, Charlie.
Ebak Pasabo Numo. Yesterday we saw it.
Lewa was passed?
Didn't you see it? All that we are saying is that in Ten Hag, if you are a United supporter, there's every reason to be optimistic. You talk about managing expectation. He's had only one transfer window. One transfer window. Only one. Or one season. He's not even 8 months into the job. Pep Guardiola, he's been there for more than 6-7 years. Jogging Club. Name them. They've been there. What we are saying is, with the arrival of Sheikh Atani, with some of us being put on the board, nearby himself on the board of United, where cash is going to flow. Like, you see, have you seen water flowing before?
I see that alone is not a guarantee for success.
No more. Somebody you just listen. Let me talk.
Somebody Chelsea as an example.
It's not a guarantee for success.
That is why you are
that alone is not a guarantee for success.
That is why you'll be suffering.
He's using Chelsea as an example.
Because when Sheikh takes over,
when Sheikh
takes over,
if it's only about money.
Edwin van der Sar is the new technical. Metake Arnold making me one damn thing.
You mean they must?
We will not sack Granovskaya and check and go and bring people who don't understand football. We will not do that. Well, after sacking Meta and Arnold, we are going for Edwin van der Sar.
Are you aware that the Ajax fans are kind of unhappy with Edwin van der Sar with how he has handled the sacking of Schroeder and the hiring of the new
I'm saying that he's coming home.
Okay.
Ajax is his home. United is his home. He's coming home. Once they are not happy, there's exit point. Come, our too. Walk the leg be normal.
Okay, fair enough.
So you come home.
Fair enough.
Everything is, look, unless you don't have foresight, that is where you won't see where United is going. Sure, I
mean, those who don't see, they don't have foresight.
If you cannot
there's a certain flawed narrative on the show right now. They mentioned Jay Shekan and they don't come.
Hold on. Hold on.
5 seconds.
Which flawed narrative?
There's a flawed narrative. One, the impression coach is trying to create that Ten Hag is a better manager than Mourinho. Totally flawed.
I've not said that.
He didn't say that.
He didn't say it.
The brand of football played. We didn't see that under Mourinho. Everybody knows my stand of
When it
Mourinho.
comes to brand of football, Mourinho has done it all at the club level. He's done it all. So let's not
conversation back. Let me just. You want to spoil what I'm saying?
Don't mind this guy again. You are banned from talking to coaches that.
Baby park. Actually, baby park. Yeah, drink shakan. Yeah, go anyone. No one yaw here. Look, we are pleased with the draw. Real Betis, they are a good team. They can beat United. All we are saying is that
there will be a trophy.
We are on the right. Look, unless you can't see,
we agree.
If you are not on the, so it's okay. Let me ask you one thing: is Chelsea on the right path?
Chelsea is not.
Then keep let me talk.
Let him finish. Coach, finish.
We are on the right path. We are happy. It's our team. Nobody can tell us how to support our team. Nobody.
True.
Unless you are daydreaming, you don't want to. Why don't you know what team work? I want support your team. But work out support.
Manage your expectations.
The tactics is shown to be super. The commitment from every single player is there. They understand the rules. They understand the tactics. The responsibility assigned to every player is clearly and well defined. As a block, they move as a proper unit. Making themselves very difficult to lose. That is all that football is all about. If you can make yourself very difficult, of losing football games, you most often win games than lose. And that is the mood of Ten Hag as we speak. If you don't stick to the rules, like the Sioux man decide not to stick to the rules, you find the exit door very quick at your front and get out and go. Now he's drinking attire. At this stage, it is attire he's supposed to drink. At age 38, nobody's taking anything from him. Please don't bring him into the equation.
Let's not do this to Ronaldo.
No, he's a legend.
I'm shocked.
He's still a legend. After you took down his banners and things.
Do you know why his banner was it was not about what he said about improve the training ground, but he attacked the manager.
Yes, and even he added
personally attacked the manager.
He added likes to it. He said
so
the jacuzzi is the same since he left Man United. Come on,
if he came back and saw the same jacuzzi, what did he say?
Did you expect that? Did you expect that if you were the coach and he attacked you personally, can you work with him?
I don't know. I won't be able to.
He's out. No money tell you where you no sure team man where you do. But can be atwa. Well, like a shake atani bar. Oh, no.
The shake.
Halfway. Osimene bano.
Hold on.
Munche simene bano. Why? I'm halfway. Biar na koyale there, coach. I'm halfway. All the United supporters.
Hurricane is social and control. Hurricane is social and control.
Osimene bano. Wabagbuni. Osime. Did you listen to his name? He said since his childhood days, he used to support United.
Oh, Charlie.
No kake cheba. Nache. Money in the hand, back na.
But are you sure your team wants Victor Osimhen? Are you sure you're not the one who wants Osimhen?
He's the number one target of everything. Can't you see all the people are reporting it? All the athletes.
They say you have to pay an outrageous amount to
at least 120.
It's a chicken.
At least 120.
You mean there's cash?
Sheikh Artani Mubarak. No more. If he doesn't have cash, who has cash? Todd Bowley.
They call him Todd Installment Package.
Even he himself, he pays the money in installment.
Installment Package Bowley.
As for Sheikh,
pay the money. The most important thing is that the money is paid.
As for Sheikh.
And Todd Bowley, he's the face. Todd Bowley, he's just the face. The other people part of the consortium. He is just the face. Hold on. There's just one man solo act.
Let me read a few messages from Twitter. This one is from Mr. Sparks GH. Says it's been really hard being a Chelsea fan this season, man.
They will stay there. They've got nowhere to go.
I don't enjoy football anymore. How bad it is for me. This one here, coming in says that listening live to you guys from Achim Kukrentumi. Y'all promise. Yeah, it's from Y'all promise. And then Otis Rabia, he's the one who was taking pictures inside the Arsenal dressing room. Charlie hard. He says he has had a chit chat with Arteta. He says Bibiabe cool. And then this one also from Manobi Nene says Sheikh Ni Aba Altani Mubarak. We hail you. You are the best. Nail it. This one also says, this one's from Dr. Zebedi. Says leave the Chelsea fan in the studio to rant. That's the only way he can get his Chelsea frustrations out.
It's fact.
So this is this one's Nana is also coming for you. Then Nana Kwame says, Ben, why Jude he get personal problem with United? What bias analysis? Bringing in 0 and 10s.
Why?
Did you not working? Is it not a fact?
At this stage?
Is it not a fact?
Hold on. More messages. Atix, aka Lion Nehemiah, says we beat Real Betis during the winter break. We are still in the process of building. Whatever we win this year is a bonus, for working hard and sticking to the ideals of Eric Ten Hag.
Finish.
Yo, we here with the Monka bro.
Number one, discipline.
We here with the Monka bro.
Number one, discipline.
This one here is from Kojo Mensah Checha. Says like coach knows sing the Anthony song self Agobo. So
Anthony.
That's to learn how to pass.
Anthony.
Learn how to take defenders one on one.
Let me read more messages and then we'll talk about that Carabao Cup final. It's on Sunday. It's Ten Hag's first chance at silverware. So it's a big game for United. This one says, Ngetia, please tell Bell coach on the jumper and Jarabia comment for me. I laugh, sir. This one says, I share coach's sentiments on the issue of the boots. This is tokenism. There are more salient issues facing our Premiership and Division 1 clubs. This one also says, Did I hear Grunsa's name being mentioned? Same Grunsa of Nyantechi's tenure? Indeed, there's no love, just selfish interest. Pa Willie from Teshi. Ni from Samoa says, you guys will kill me. Nketia, I blame you for this winter jacket thing. Ghana football is in shambles and Ket has disappointed us. Wow. You mean the women were wearing winter jackets?
Jalabia, ke jumpers.
Wearing hamatan, so
Ke call your try a flicker.
winter.
Ke call your try ni just a
It
flicker.
reminds me of Jesus Navas from Sevilla and his jersey back in the day. Nicolas Macra says, good evening, guys. Keep up the good work. Please, how do you pronounce the proposed name for the new Bolton Wanderers FC Stadium? Asking for a friend. This one here says, good evening, Ben and Sheikh Nimli. I'm so excited for the win and progression of Man United. I also thank Allah.
The name is not Sheikh Nimli.
Oh, Charlie.
It's Sheikh Ni Aba Altani Mubarak.
Oh, Charlie.
I
I also thank Allah. Our enemies who were on standby to laugh at United have been put to shame. Ten Hag is cooking something sumptuous and I can smell the aroma. Sheriff from Omanjo. This one says that many football pundits and journalists in Ghana do what okay, I'm not even sure I'm going to read that. My name is Alex from Dome says football people themselves are not serious. They can't even speak for themselves. Decipher from Nungwa says that Ben and Team Ten Hag has really changed the destiny of United after the exit of Ferguson. The manager means business. He's a modern day coach. I'm hoping he doesn't get carried away by the praises. Okay. Ray from Abokobi says that, did you guys see how Martinez bullied Lewandowski? Serious. This one is Ben. Liverpool will turn up the score at Bernabeu. Kojo Foster, Liverpool fan.
Huh?
Charlie, let's not do this.
We are going to discuss
They'll overturn the score.
a 5-2.
Charlie, let's not.
But if there's any club in Europe to do that, it's Liverpool.
Not this version.
against
Not
Real
this
Madrid.
version. Not this version.
Not against this Real Madrid team.
Not this version.
And Alexander Arnold at number 2.
I would like
Alexander Arnold in the lead up to the third goal, Real Madrid
when
scored.
they were at their pump, they overturned the score like this against Barca. But you see,
Exactly.
that team, no, see that team had
team,
legs.
that's what I'm
That team was
legs.
proper. That
The
team was.
midfield.
Iketia, you didn't give Liverpool a dog chance going 2-0 up against Madrid in that game. Did you?
I didn't.
Exactly, and I'm saying that
Vinicius
with,
Junior,
with the kind of experience, the kind of
they
experience Liverpool have in Europe. I mean, I'm not the biggest fan
are
of
not
Klopp
the most.
and
They
the
are
football
not
he's
more
playing right now.
experienced than Real Madrid.
They aren't, but I mean,
At the
they,
Bernabeu,
like I'm saying,
overturn a 5-2 deficit.
very few teams
can do it.
Exactly. I mean, Chelsea did it in 2021 when we won the Champions League.
They did
I mean,
what?
We beat Madrid on our way to winning the Champions League.
5-2, they tamed them.
No, I'm saying we beat
No,
Madrid.
but you should look at the quantum that they are to overturn.
Well, but I'm saying that
Quantum.
if there's any team to do that as it stands now, it's Liverpool. Forget
But
about
not
their-
this version of
Forget
Liverpool.
about their current form.
this
Sometimes
version.
it's not necessarily about form.
I like see this faith you have. I want some.
The Liverpool supporter, look, if you call my boss Alowski, he himself not get faith.
No, this faith you get.
If you call my boss Alowski,
you
say, look,
for lend with this faith
in
song.
get others. My boss Katufor. My boss.
Kojo Adaimensa.
Them all, them throw
Some
it
of the
down.
games is not necessarily form. We should put that on record.
That's fair enough. Though. Fair
Exactly.
enough to you. I get that. This one here says Zidane from Kolebu. He says Panorama 100,000 and sharing of football boost in the Premier League and Division 1 teams makes me weep for Mother Ghana. Zidane for Kolekono. Lambert from Dodowa says, by the powers vested in me by myself, I confer on coach, namely the title English Fireman, more fire coach. This one here says Ten Hag has done great to turn United around in his first season in charge. Graham Potter, on the other hand, has bought all the clay from Flower Pot Junction to what? To where? But still, my name is Sheikh Jassim bin Ni Abba II. Taliana, you would misbehave. I'm tired of people. Let's get into talk of that Newcastle Man United game. Yeah, quickly.
Yeah.
Does Newcastle stand a chance of causing an absence? Remember that they will have Loris Karius in post, the famous Loris Karius in post. Do they stand a chance of upsetting United in that game?
Yeah, they do have a chance of upsetting Man United because at the end of the day, it's a final. And on top of that, you know, these two teams, they do quite have bad blood.
Yeah.
They have quite bad blood.
When Newcastle were in their prime.
in their prime, they do quite have a bad blood with each other. So for me, I think it will be a good game. And Man United go into this one as favorite, looking at what they were able to achieve against Barcelona, not just in that game against Barcelona at Old Trafford, but over the two legs. I mean, I saw a version of Man United that I hadn't seen in a very long time. The mentality, that mental strength, and that belief, the confidence. It got to a point where the team just settled naturally. I don't know where it came from, and it was very surprising to me because Christian Eriksen wasn't available in that team. But that's what you get when you have leaders in your team, and you saw them just compose themselves and play out the game, finish off the game, and end up winning it. And for me, I look at this Man United team, like you said, yes, it's a work in progress. Yeah, it's not a finished material.
That is all I've been saying.
No, but
that is
we've
never said that
all
is a
I've been
finished
saying.
material.
But the thing is,
The process. I mean,
we believe in the process.
How is somebody saying
You will not
don't
tell
rush
us
the
when to
process,
rush,
hate
when
for a
not
team?
to rush.
Even when I started my submission, I said clearly,
You believe in Porter ball.
I said clearly that
Yeah.
we all agree on this table that United is playing fantastic football.
so what is
but
the
what
problem?
we are advising against,
Manager
So if we go and play in the final, we should lose.
But Carabao Cup,
lose
lose
the
the
final.
expectations again.
I don't know why
And
you're
on top of that,
letting this guy
and on top
derail.
of that,
Make your
yes,
point.
there's an injury issue with Marcus Rashford heading into that game. Looking at what happened to him in that Barca game, I'm not too surprised because that's a little bit of a downside to Eric Ten Hag's management. Yeah, sometimes he overly plays the guys too many times. There are too many minutes.
Nobody there. That's why.
But at the end of the day, where Ghost is there? Yeah, but at the end of the day, I don't think Man United will miss Marcus Rashford if he isn't available for selection. I think Man United has more than enough quality to beat Newcastle.
More than enough quality. Coach.
Look, it's a final. The two teams will be up for it. No two ways about that. Newcastle, I don't ever remember Newcastle winning a silver. They might have done so.
The last time was 1969.
No, no, man, fuck
I go
off.
to remember United. Okay, 2017.
Fuck off. Yeah, is
We
it-
couldn't remember.
He couldn't, see, the man couldn't remember. Is that
That's
one
what I
to
thought.
You see,
Dude,
at
you
least
couldn't remember the last time. I don't remember the last time they won the trophy. Me, I don't remember.
I hear.
I don't remember.
Oh, no.
hear.
It's so vague in my mind. I don't
I
remember.
hear.
When was the last time again?
You were.
No,
when was the last
when
time?
was the last time again?
I couldn't remember.
It was in the year 20. It was in the year
Can't worry, no more
calendar
can't
year
worry.
2017.
Can't worry.
United won Carabao Cup and Europa League.
2017.
Yeah.
Do you know the things that have happened in the world since 2017?
Yeah. Can't worry. In Porter, they will win something.
No, somebody should give me an idea of the things that have happened in the world since 2017. Please,
at that time,
listeners,
were you
please give me an
not-
idea.
So as I'm saying, it's a final
Oh,
game.
Pogba was still at Man United.
Newcastle, they have a good chance. No two ways about it. Look, I would have loved for them to have their number one goalkeeper in post because
Pope.
Yeah, Pope. Because for me, I hate it when the stage is that high and
The team is missing out on its key
I
players.
really don't like that.
Yeah.
If you want to be the best, you need to play and beat the best. So that is my issue. But in Alexei Maxima, I think they have a genuine attacking threat. So United will have to be very careful.
They're getting Bruno Guimaraes back in that game.
But he'll be playing against his boss, so he doesn't stand a chance.
Who is his boss?
You know now. You know now. You see, when
That's what quality does.
when Carlos shows up, when Carlos Casemiro shows up, everybody bows.
Oh, Charlie.
That's another,
No, but you know
that's
for a
another,
fact.
another flawed narrative, but we'll let it slide.
Haven't you seen the way
Don't mind
Ten Hag
you.
But the
Make your
fact of
point.
the matter is,
because of Casemiro's presence?
Newcastle had the advantage, the fact that they've rested for 7 days. They would have rested for 7 days and they'll be more fresh. United, Ten Hag will have to find a way of freshening the team. But there are times where when the players are in the mood, they'll be ready to give it all. I think he will go all out in this particular final.
He says Newcastle. He's already described Newcastle as an
Annoying team.
to
They
play
have
against.
a very intelligent way of
Wasting
breaking
time,
the
breaking
flow
your
of
flow,
the
yeah.
game, and, so you don't have to focus. You see, this man, when he talks proper football.
But who doesn't talk proper football?
Oh no more Chuck Norris.
This is not Chuck Norris. Chuck Norris.
Walker, Texas Ranger.
When Tuchel was coaching, right?
Walker, Texas Ranger. Go on for me, coach. Land on your point.
So, like I'm saying, Ten Hag has a plan. Eddie Howe, one of in my view, one of the brightest English manager who knows what he's about. It will come down to character. And I think the established winners in the United team will see United beyond the finish line. The likes of Varane, the likes of Casemiro, the likes of Lisandro Martinez, David De Gea. These are established winners. They've won titles before. They know how to play in a final game. This Newcastle team, none of them have played in any final before. I'm a talk of final match there.
Then there was a final. Eddie Howe was not even born.
No, I'm a talk of that. So when they march out onto the field of Wembley, they'll see that the atmosphere is completely different. And they are going to this game not being in the best form. Their form has been on the dip of late. I think they've had so many draws than win football games. And it's either they draw or they lose. And I believe that the mentality of Ten Hag and his boys should be just what they need to see them. So I expect Man United to win narrowly 2-1 victory for Ten Hag and his boys. First trophy surely in the bag.
First trophy in the bag. Let me just take predictions. Nothing else from you guys, Jude.
Very, very briefly. I think for momentum, definitely on United side. I mean, we heard Eddie Howe over early this week when he was saying that, I mean, Karius has a chance to rewrite the script of his career after that appearance against Madrid in the Champions League final in Kiev. So, I mean, but clearly it's momentum United. So I expect a win for United. I mean, considering the fact that Newcastle are going into this game without their number one choice, Pope, who has been very instrumental in their run towards conceding less goals in the Premier League. So it's going to be a difficult game for Newcastle without their star keeper. And also, I mean, they are not on form, really. I mean, even when they've not been losing, they've not been winning either. So clearly, they are not getting in the goals. So it's going to be a very difficult game for them. And like Coach said, they are not your team where you expect them to show up in the final, because clearly they don't have a lot of experience in playing final games like that. So I don't see how Newcastle would be able, I mean, even if they might stand a chance against United, it will be very probably penalties or something, but I don't see how they can go past this team easily in 90 minutes. So I think I agree with Coach when he says the first trophy of Ten Hag's era is probably at Manchester United. But that notwithstanding, like I've maintained throughout the show, let's manage expectations. Let's it's a slow process.
You talk about United like they are the Black Stars.
because I don't want them to be getting ahead of themselves. You get it? So I think it's going to be an interesting final. I mean, Eddie Howe, I mean, you'd want to appreciate the work he's done with this Newcastle team. No two ways about that. I mean, a season or two ago, they were fighting for relegation, but here they are playing the final. So this is a team that clearly some sort of work has gone into it. So you'd want to credit that. But clearly, United is clearly the team on form, clearly the team on momentum. And I don't see how Newcastle breaks that in the final.
Newcastle don't break that? Yeah.
Well, prediction, if this game travels beyond 90 minutes, then and we need extra time to decide it, then Newcastle stand a chance because of the extra days of rest that they've had over Man United. But in regulation time, over the course of 90 minutes, it should be Man United, looking at the fact that there's that momentum. If you rest too much, sometimes it's a disadvantage. It takes away your rhythm, takes away your flow, takes away your momentum. And in the first place, Newcastle didn't have that consistent momentum heading into this game. And so when you add all that up, it doesn't give them, or it doesn't put them in a strong position to be able to win this game. And looking at the fact that Man United has the momentum, the confidence, overall quality, and the better coach, I'll go in for a Man United win. But like Coach said, it will be a close game. So I wouldn't be surprised if it ends in a 2-1 win for Man United.
Okay. Looks like a close game. Let me take a few shout-outs before we go. Shout-outs.
Look, all the way from the UK.
Oh, Charlie.
My brother. My friend, throughout my school days, I've had friends, but this is one of the very closest and the best. Kukwa Samoa. He's in the UK together with his beautiful wife,
Charlie
Otubia. They are listening to the program, and the message is that I should tell you guys, we are doing a great job. Kuku.
We take him.
Mafio ni Otubia ni nkwalano. Now from Patawa.
Oh, Numo Patawa,
all the way from Canada.
Oh, Chale.
Numo. Patawa in Canada. Don't patawa.
Don't pat. Charlie.
He said tomorrow happens to be the birthday of the sweetest mother. His mom.
Nice one.
Susie.
Mommy Patawa.
Oh, Hereford. And then she said, I wish her good health, long life, and more success. Mothers are the best gift. Mommy,
you do
from
all.
your son.
Yeah, and from us here.
And from us here, the Sports Panorama team.
Charlie.
Mama Susie, you know the beautiful part that
Ma Susie.
his mom and my wife has the same name.
Oh, Charlie.
Susie.
So
Mama Sue. Oh, Sue. Happy birthday, mommy. Happy birthday,
mommy. Why you need Yo, shout out.
Yeah, shouts to the biggest Sports Panorama fan. No, in fact, he loves Citi. He loves everything Citi in Takrade. The biggest Citi fan in Takrade, Dominic Asante Chumesi, aka Prikus.
Hey, Charlie. AKA Prikus. Charlie, that name is very dangerous.
Prikum. Yeah,
Prikus, aka Prikum.
Yeah,
Charlie, it's okay.
Prikus. Dominic Asante Chumesi, the biggest fan of Citi in Takrade. Shouts to you, man.
And my shout out goes to all listeners of Sports Panorama, especially those of you who look for the SoundCloud link after the show ends. You grow old. Show probably brought to us by Betway and Good Day Energy Drink. You heard Yahweh Jamie Jude Duncan. Yeah, the troublesome. The guy heckling United, that's Jude Duncan. Heard Sheikh Ni Abba Altani Mubarak, aka Coach Nimli, aka the Rabbi. Myself, I'm Benjamin Nketia. Back here tomorrow for Premier League action. But we'll leave you to continue enjoying the programming.